morning, Year 1 and Year 2, and welcome to today's reading lesson. Today is the 14th of July, 2021, and we're going to learn to retrieve information today. Now, retrieval means we need to find key information in the text. We need to find specific answers, and in order to do that, we need to underline information in the question. We're going to look through the text with the names or the dates or the times or whatever the question is asking us. And then finally, look at how much information the question needs and answer it. All right. Before we do that, let's do a quick starter. Let's read some of our phonics words. So let's read some real words. Let's read some pseudo words. If you would like to take the time to read through these yourselves right now, you are welcome to. And then you can skip ahead in the video. Or you can wait and we can read them together by using our sounds and blending. Okay, so those are your words that you should be reading. That's 4, 8, 12 words. Take some time, see how long you take to read it. Make sure you're using your sounds. And if you're ready to do them together now, we can do them together. So the first word is v, a, n, van. Y, a, yell. Okay, the picture should be able to help you as well. And some alien words, v, a, t, vat, y, a, and yaf. Okay, now let's move on to our next sound. It's the z and the sh sound. So we've got z, e, b, zeb, a, zebra. Sh, e, shell. Z, o, n, zon. And sh, a, sham. All right, so make sure you've taken the time to read those. And our last set of words, a little bit trickier. Okay, we've got the or, thaw. Okay, it's a real word. It means when something melts, it's thawing out. Then we've got ch, church. Lots of digraphs in that one. Okay, digraphs where two letters make one sound. So ch, church. And then we've got g, theg, and ch, chot. All right, so that was our quick starter. Hopefully you were able to read all those words. If you need some more time to read them over or want to go over them again, go back in the video and rewatch it. All right, but instead of that, let's continue reading our story. All right, so from yesterday, you will remember that we met our 3 farmers. Today, we're going to meet some new characters, okay? Remember, this was Bean, Bunce, and Bogus, and they were all quite nasty farmers. They were all unkind, unpleasant men, and most of the people did not like them. Okay, so we are going to move on to our story. And we will go up. And this chapter is called Chapter 2, Mr. Fox. So, on a hill above the valley, there was a wood. In the wood, there was a huge tree. Under the tree, there was a hole. In the hole lived Mr. Fox and Mrs. Fox and their 4 small foxes. Every evening, as soon as it got dark, Mr. Fox would say to Mrs. Fox, "Well, my darling, what shall it be this time? A plump chicken from Boggis, that means quite a fat, juicy chicken, a duck or a goose from Bunce, or a nice turkey from Bean?" And when Mrs. Fox had told him what she wanted, Mr. Fox would creep down into the valley in the darkness of the night and help himself. Remember valley, that was one of our key words from yesterday. Valley is the space in between mountains, so it makes sense that he was on a hill. All right, so there's a picture of Mr. Fox and Mrs. Fox. There's their hill, as you can see on top of the valley. There's the tree, and in the tree there was a hole. Okay, under the tree there was a hole. Okay, so A few more. Bogus and Bunsen Bean knew very well what was going on, and it made them wild with rage. That means it made them very angry. They were not men who liked to give anything away. Less still did they like anything to be stolen from them. So every night, each of them would take his shotgun and hide in a dark place somewhere on his own farm, hoping to catch the robber. So they were hoping to catch Mr. Fox, and you can see them over here with their shotguns. But Mr. Fox was too clever for them. He always approached the farm with the wind blowing in his face, and this meant that if any man were lurking in the shadows ahead, the wind would carry the smell of that man to Mr. Fox's nose from far away. Thus, if Mr. Bogus was hiding behind chicken house number 1, Mr. Fox would smell him out from 50 yards off and quickly change direction. So Mr. Fox was so clever that he would hide where the wind was blowing in his face. So then he could smell the farmers. And if he smelt them, he knew they were there. So he would go to a different place. He would head for chicken house number 4 at the other end of the farm. Dang and blast that lousy beast, cried Bogus. So you can see that they are not happy. So this paragraph over here, all right, that talks about their plan of how they want to catch the fox, all right, because they're not happy that they're being stolen from. So if you would like to read that bit again, please feel free to go back, take your time, read it over again, or go back in the video and listen to me read it to you. And once you are done, you have got only 5 questions to answer, I believe, today. So you have got 5 questions. Question number 1, where did the foxes live? Okay, so on Teams or on a piece of paper that you can upload to Teams, write down your answer. Where did the foxes live? If you cannot remember, go back in the video and watch it again. Where did the foxes live? You are looking for a place. The key word I'm going to highlight for you is where and live. How many small foxes were there? So you have to know how many small foxes. Then when would Mr. Fox creep down to the farm? So you're looking for a time. When? When means it's a time. Then how did the farmers feel about Mr. Fox stealing from them? I think I did go over it. How would they feeling about Mr. Fox stealing from them? And finally, I did describe this as well, but go back in the video in case you're not sure. How did Mr. Fox always know where the farmers were? So the key words that actually there are, how did Mr. Fox always know where the farmers were? Okay, so once you've answered those 5 questions, make sure you hand it in, and then that is our reading lesson for today. Well done, year 1 and year 2.